Okay, all of you had your drinks. Tea, coffee I'm speaking about. You had 4:35 now. You should be having it. Huh? No sir, you only give. Don't expect that from me. Okay, anyhow, but if each one of you, before the course ends, if each one of you will get placed, okay, party from my end, and whichever restaurant you tell, whichever hotel you tell, absolutely no problem for me. Since I told, don't expect, you can expect, but each one of you should be getting placed before the end of the course. You do this, we will all go. Okay, so what we were saying in the previous class, all of you know that we have started with Hibernate. Great. So we have seen what are the benefits of using Hibernate compared to your JDBC. We have seen that how your Hibernate is using to store the data. We have seen some mappings, unidirectional, bidirectional, and not only that, there are two loadings are there. Number one, lazy loading. Number two, eager loading. What do you mean by this? Whenever you ask your Hibernate, you get me some information. It will fetch only one table information. But when you print the details of the next table, then only it will load all the information. Means, but first, what you got? Only one table information. But when you tell I want second one also, that time it gave you the next information. We call that as what? Lazy loading. What is eager loading? There are multiple tables there. You tell I want the information of this, but he's so intelligent that at one shot itself all the information he will get it. That we have seen. Correct. So with this, let me proceed further. Is it more louder? Baal jore idenri. Correct idala? Okay. Okay, so awesome. So what I will do is, I will go somewhere. Oh. Where you want to go, sir? What's this? Let me get my Eclipse for you. And where is your Eclipse? This is my Eclipse. Let me go to my project. That project is Hibernate 1. Let me go here and let me get all my files there. Is this the one? Okay, so employee, this is project, and this is launch. Awesome. Let me come here and you can notice you are getting the data. I don't want to get, I want to save some data there. Can you please tell me what is the name of the method? What are you getting? You're getting means select operation you are doing. Now I don't want to select, instead I want to insert. To insert, what is the name of the method you will use? Save. So let me do that now. And how you will do it, sir? Watch this. There's no change here. Everything remains the same. Let me show you the entire code first. Bomb.xml. So all the dependencies added to Hibernate and your MySQL. There's no change in that. Let me go to your configuration as well, and this is how it looks like. This is the configuration and there's no change in this as well. Let me go to my employee, there is no change here. Project, no change, and in the launch, I have to do some CRUD operation. How you will do? I will get one person, his name is session dot. I will tell it as save like this. When you do that, my dear students, you can notice there you have one line on this save. And what to store inside this, we've been doing it. We already know. But I don't want to do this. But instead, you're getting this line. Correct? You're getting actually not one line, two lines. What is that? Number one is this. And number two is this yellow line. Tell me what is yellow? What is yellow? You have three traffic lights, you know. Tell me that. What is green? Go. What is red? Stop. What is yellow? Warning. Correct? But here, green and all it will not show. If it is not showing anything, means everything is proper. Means go ahead, green. If it is showing you red, there is some serious problem. You should stop. There is yellow also. Yellow means what? Warning. Till now, your Java gave you a lot of warnings, but you did not care about it. Have you cared about it? No. Because for us, you know, for a traffic light, red, stop. Green, go. Yellow, go only. Yes or no? In the same way here, whenever there is a yellow, go only. Yes, that is why I never cared for it. But you should do care about it. That's very important. And let us see what warnings it is giving me. So let me take here my cursor and hold on this. You can tell there. The method save object from this type session is deprecated. Means it is telling, he is deprecated. I'm giving warning, don't use him. If you are using him, maybe it will work, but I'm telling you, don't use him. Means now, I want to use, because we are Indians. We never care about the warnings. I want to remove this yellow line now. Warning, I have to remove that. The question is, how can I remove? Very simple. What's this? I want to come here. I will come here to my method. You should give one annotation there. Annotation, you should start with at. There is one fellow. Who is he, sir? His name is suppress warnings. What is the meaning of suppress warnings? Warnings are there, you suppress it. Means don't show that. I have to use it now. How will you use? Suppress warnings, hit enter. But in this, you should use within double quotes something. And what is that, sir? If you ask me, you should use deprecation. When you do that, you can see in your entire method here, you will not see any yellow lines. Yes or no? So this is how you can remove the warnings from your program. But removing the warnings will not solve your problem. Correct? But I just shown you how to remove the warnings, because we Indians will never care for the warnings. But warnings should not be visible there. You want to remove it, but that is not a good idea. Sir, what is a good idea, sir? You should respect the warning there. Very simple. There is a green going on. So after green, what will come? Yellow will come. Meaning, in next second, red will come. I'm warning you. But what people will do? Rap, they will go. Yes, but sometimes there are the cases wherein people will come and they will do collide. At the end, you will be losing out their life. Why? Warnings you did not respect it. That is the reason. In the same way in Java also, simply by suppressing this will not solve the real problem there. Then what we should do? You should remove this by solving the problem there. Question is, what is the problem? It is telling deprecated. What is the meaning of deprecated? It is telling you that don't use this method. Don't use it. Maybe this save method was a good person or he was a great person before something. What is that? Before Hibernate 6. How we have a different versions of Java. In the same way you have a different versions of Hibernate as well. Currently it is Hibernate 7. But let me tell you this. Hibernate 6. Above this if you go, the only option what you have is save. And that time you are not getting this line also there. Save was the option. But after Hibernate 6, 7 like that, your save is there. But for the save, there is a deprecation. What is the meaning of this, sir, if you ask me? The meaning is, your Hibernate is trying to tell you that don't use him. There is a better guy compared to him. There is a better guy, use him. Sir, I will use him, sir. Will he not work? He will work. No problem. But in the next coming days, your project may encounter many problems. That is why you should not use him. That is why it is trying to tell you. See, very simple, my friends. See, you have two roads here. How can I tell two roads? I'm so bad at drawing. Anyhow. So, there are two roads. So, this is how the road will come. And here is the road. Why this middle guy is there here? Okay. Awesome. This is not a tree. This is a road. Road like this. Left side, right side. Awesome. See, what happens is this road was working properly. It was working. Actually speaking, this road was only not there. Only this road was there. Now, there is some construction going on. Or there is some, problem here in this road. Now, all the people, this is a car. And using their car or bikes, they are going. Now, you should stop these vehicles going through this vehicle. Correct? How you will tell? How you will tell? Very simple. Way. You will tell way. Way means what? You will go there. Correct? But they want to tell that there is no way. How you will tell? No way. Understanding? But if there is no way, there should be one more way. Correct? So that way they will create it. And how they will create, sir, if you ask me, that is what I'm showing you. This is the way they will create it. And they tell that this is not good. Take this route, it is good for you. Sensing this much? And that is why whatever I'm telling here, this is known as deprecated, meaning it will work, no problem, but this is not a good idea. Then what should I use? Alternate you should use. Means save is not a good option. Save, if you are using, no problem, but that is not a good option. Means what is the alternate for save now? That is what we should see. Anyone know what is the alternate? Because I've been telling you that what is the alternate, I will tell you. But you should be having that hunger. Sir told, tell you. But I want to do it now itself. How many of you chucked it? No one. Good. Lot of hungriness you people have. Good. So what is the alternate option? Let me tell you, if you are going to the chat GPT and asking that save, what is the alternate option? It will not give you any answers. Why? Because chat GPT is having the answers only till 2021. Means whatever the content is built before 2021 or till 2021, it will give all the data. Means if you ask him that, hey, save, alternate method what I should tell, it will tell you that save only you should use, because that is the only answer he got. That is why you should be knowing and asking your Hibernate itself that save I should not use, then what should I use? Ask him only. Sir, how to ask him, sir? Very simple. You should go there and click on this, save, open implementation. Very good. And this is present inside a session. So I'll just click on it. And when you click on it, you can notice there, this is the method save. And you are getting that line there. It is because of the annotation you have used. What is the annotation? Deprecated. And this is deprecated from 6. Understanding? Great. Not only this, my dear student, it has given you the alternate option also, where I can see it. Above this you should go. There is one tag. You know all of this? We call this as tag, you know. Should be learning all of this in Core Java. What is this document? What is this stars and all? Comment. What comment? Multi-line comment. You are wrong. Okay, I'll speak about it later. Come here. This is deprecated. This is the tag deprecate. This is not a tag. So this is the annotation. Let me come here. This is a tag. Sir, here also add. Here also add. You are telling he is not tag, he is tag. Because this, you have given it inside a comment. That is why it's a tag. And this fellow is not there in the comment. That is why it's an annotation. That's the difference. Anyhow, let me come here. You can see deprecated. What is deprecated? Save. You use. What you should use? Persist is what you should use. Means save is not the method. What is the name of the method? Persist is what you should use. Understanding? Great. That is what I tell here as well. So for save, you have one method. And what is the name of the method, sir? It is persist method. Sir, how this persist will work, sir? Exactly how your save works. Means how you worked on save, same way your persist will also work. But you will not understand how it is coded and how it will perform. Internally it will do all of that. But when you look at the output, there is no change in the output for save and persist. Working is same. When it comes to the performance internally, it will perform really good. That is the meaning. Understanding? Great. Save, you have an alternate method, that is persist. Let me go for the next method now. What is that, sir? Now I don't want to save, instead I want to delete. And till now, this is what you did. Session, dot what? Delete, like this. When you did it, straight away you have deprecated. Deprecate meaning what? If you are using it, no problem, it will work. But don't use it. The performance of your project will decrease. I want my project to be high performance project. Means a high performance method I should use. Which method I should use there? You ask Eclipse, it will give it to you. What is that, sir? You go here, check the implementation of it. You can notice there. He is also deprecated, and it is telling that you have to use one person. Who is he? Remove is the name of the method. Beautiful. So save was the name of the method. And now there is one more method. Which method is that, sir? Delete. But delete is not a good option. What is the good option? Remove, like this. Beautiful. In the same way, let me proceed further to the launch like this. And I don't want to delete. Instead, I want to update. So for that, this is what you told, session.update, like this. Awesome. But update is not a great person because he is underperforming. That is why deprecated. For him, there is an alternate method. The name of the method is merge, and that is what I am showing you. You can notice the name of the method is what? Merge there. Instead of update, you should use merge, and that is what I am showing you. Merge is the name of the method. Beautiful. In the same way, for one more person also you got this deprecated. Correct? Who is that? Create query. You remember him? Somewhere you remember. What is the difference between create query and these normal methods? What is the difference between get and create query? Get means one row. I want all the rows in my table. You should go for create query. Good. So let me go there and let me tell this something. What do you want to tell, sir? Session dot. Session dot what, sir? There is one method. The name of the method is create query there. So I have to create a query. So maybe within double quotes, I'll tell there, put a semicolon. You can notice it is also a deprecated. Means there's an alternate guy, and who is that, sir? If you ask me, check the implementation, you will get it. So let me go to my session, and you can see this is create query there, like this. Good. Sir, for create query, where is the annotation, sir? That one, let me show you. Create query. Is the one? Is deprecated. Great. So let me go up and see in the documentation comment. Let me go up. Is he create query only? See, I know the name of the method, what should I use, but it should show me here. Where he went. Okay, let me do it. So I'll just tell session dot what, sir? So create query like this. Awesome. So let me come down here. Delete query. Okay, so let me click on this. Good. So I'll just tell that within double quotes. Awesome. I'll put a semicolon. Great. So you have a deprecated. So I want to check its implementation. So he's there from, in session. So I'll just click on this. When I click on this, is he showing? No. Okay, anyhow, should be showing. I'll show it to you. But anyhow, so I'll just give you the name of the method. The name of the method which we have already used as create query. But this is a deprecated method. But the alternate method what you should use is create. Create what? Mutant query. What is that? Create mutant query. And he is the alternate method for create query there. Sensing this much. So like this, for any methods, whenever you get the deprecated, the straight away what you should tell, you should not use. There's an alternate option, you should go and find it by checking the implementation. Got this? Great. So going by this, I want to ask you one question which is not a framework question. I want to ask you with regard to code Java. Let me see how many of you can answer. So I'm having one primitive data type, int I equal to 10. I want to convert him to an object. Tell me, this concept is known as what? He's a primitive data type. I want to convert him to an object. This concept is known as what? This is known as boxing. And how will achieve boxing? By using wrapper classes there. So wrapper classes are the inbuilt classes which are parallel to your primitive data types. Anyhow, so this is a boxing. So what I will do is, I will call my JVM new, and I will tell it as integer like this. And I want to convert this I to an object. So that is 10. 10 is present inside I. So for him, I will give a reference there. What is the reference? Maybe I'll give him as I1. And for him, I'll give it as I2. Tell me, what is the type? Integer. Think and tell me, when you write this line, will this line work properly? No? You have not done this. No? You haven't done this. If you tell like this is boxing. I hope you know boxing. If you tell like this, it will work properly, no problem. Since deprecated I'm speaking about, I felt like asking you. Okay, anyhow, what's this? New integer. Good. Let me come here. I'll tell it as I2. What type it is, sir? Integer. So it needs the value there. So this value I'll give it here. Int I1 equal to maybe 10. I'll come here. I will give it as I1 like this. If you would have created the object of this, this is what you would have got it in core Java itself. Means what it is trying to tell you? It's deprecated, don't use it. Means whenever you are creating a primitive data type into an object, it is telling that this is not how you should create an object of a primitive data type. Now there is a better version. There's an alternate option. Who is best? Who is good performing? Question is who? Who is that? For that you have to check the implementation of this. So let me go there and check the implementation of it. You can notice there. From Java 9 onwards, your constructor has become deprecated. And you should not use. Then what you should use? You can notice there. It is telling that you should use one method. What is the name of the method? Value of. And if you go here and read it, you can see why it is changed. That information also they have given. You can see. Why? You can see here, it is telling it is rarely appropriate to use this constructor. Rarely you should use it when you don't have any option. It is telling the static factory, that is this method it is used. It is telling it is generally a better choice as it is likely to yield significantly better space and time performance. Understanding what it is trying to tell. See, in your programming classes, you have learned two complexities. What is that? Time complexity and space complexity. And I am telling you, you as a developers, it is not only just coding and getting the output. Shabash, you got the output. You cannot tell that. You have to code the most efficient code. And for that, you should have two things in your mind. Number one, time, how much less time it will take. Number two, how much less space it will take. So we call them as time complexity and space complexity. What it is trying to tell you is, if you are using this constructor, it will take more space, more time. So you want a better guy who is a good performer, meaning what? Less time, less space. Go for value of method. That is what you should use. Really, sir? I'll show you. Let me go to my launch, and this one, I'll just eliminate it. This is not a good idea. Then what should I do, sir? Value of method. You should use it now. The question is, how can I use this? How can I use this? Where is this value of method present in? Where? Let me show you. This is my integer class. I want to see all the content of this. If you have to see the content, you should go on scrolling like this. But I don't want to do this. Then how we will do? I hope you know this. I want to check all the content of integer class. You know how to get it? Don't know. The course is about to end. Anyhow, control O you should tell. What you should tell? Control O. Means when you go to integer, in the integer you should come and tell control O. Simply in the launch control O I am not getting, you will not get. You should go to the integer and you should tell control O. Now you can see there are so many, methods, constructors, everything. Means when you tell control O, you will get an outline of your code, of your integer. It will give the outline, how many variables, see. Tell me, what are these? Min value, max value? What do you think? These are final variables, because you have used one convention there. What convention? I have taught you this conventions. Pascal, camel case, snake convention. Yes or no? Huh? Tell me, what convention I have used here? Uppercase snake convention. Forgot everything, gone. Huh? See, then how will get placed? See, if you are sitting silently like this, the same silence you will maintain in interviews as well. I know that this is long time, 6 months, 7 months like that. But if your focus is only on the job, you will not get job. I am telling you this. And this is what the experience I got from my students. Your focus should be on what? Knowledge. And at this point of time, even though it is 7 months, 8 months, company will come behind you. And I am telling you, this world is having certain time for each one of us. Until that time comes, nothing will work. That is the beauty of universe. And we call it as cosmic energy of this universe. But when you get that time, you should grab that opportunity and get placed. For that, you should have that great technical knowledge. For that, you should stop just thinking about job. You should think about the knowledge. When knowledge comes, automatically this will run behind you. It is such an irony that you will always look at the job. You are so addicted to the job, you forget to look at this knowledge. And this is what is happening now. And if this knowledge you are not focusing, tell me how you will give answers in an interview. How? Again you will get rejected. Again you look at the job, again you will get rejected. Instead of that, look here please. Please revise. Okay. So all of this outline you are getting, and what I will do, I want to search for value of. How you will do? Again you will go on searching like this. No. Then what you will do? There is a search bar. You should tell, do you have value of? Yes. You have a value of method. You can notice that. You can see? I can see, sir. But 3 are there, sir? Yes. Because Java facilitates method overloading. Correct? Now, so I want to use one value of method there. Who is that? That is third one. So let me use that value of there. And how you will do it, sir, if you ask me, what's this? I'll just tell control O and I will tell it as value of, and I will click on this like this. If you look there, value of is what kind of a method? Static method. Means you can call him with the help of class name. Let me do it. I will tell it as integer. That's the class name. Dot what? Value of. What do you want to convert? 10. Where is 10? Inside I1. So this is how you have to convert. And it will give me an object. And what object is that? It will give me a string object. What it will give me? A string object it will give me. So now I will store it inside maybe one variable there, I2, and what type it is. You should tell what type it is. String like this. No, not string. You can, if you want, you can get string object, but what I will do, integer there like that. Sensing this much. So one of the 3 value of methods are there. One of value of method will give string, but this value of method, what it will give me? Integer object, you can notice. Sensing this much. So that is why you should not tell new integer. Instead, you should use value of method. Understand? So this is the level of depth you should understand about Java. Simply prime number, reversing the string, everyone does it. Then how you are different from others? This is how. This much depth knowledge you know. Okay, so deprecated, everything about him you understood. There's always an alternate for deprecate. Please go for it. Good for you. Your project will be high performance project, high performance code. Awesome. With this, let me proceed further. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? What's this? We have seen one method. And what is the name of the method, sir, if you ask me? It is get. Let me tell you, there is a twin of get. You understand twin? And his name is load. Means you can use get also, you can use load also. You'll get the same output. Now you'll be like, so same output, if both are only giving me, then why we have two? There is small difference between these two. And you should be knowing what is the difference. And they will ask you a lot of times in interview. There's one difference, lazy loading and eager loading. They will ask you, this is number one. Number two, what is the difference between get and load? That is what they ask. So let me start building this. What is the difference? Please watch it. So now what I want to do is, I want to do something. So for that, I want to go to my workbench and see what I'm having inside my table. This is my workbench, so let me click on it. It is just loading all of my schemas and tables inside my database. And let me see what it will give me. You can see, I'm having my schema there, that is Hibernate, and inside this we have a tables, all of this we have. We have an employee, let me click on this, and when you do that, currently you have only one employee, and who is that? He is Kumar. You can see is Kumar. Awesome. So now what I want to do is, I want to insert the data there. I want to insert one more data. And I want to give the ID as 3, and I want to give the employee name as some name. Please suggest me. Lakshmikant. Okay, so Lakshmikant I want to give. Is anyone with the name Lakshmikant? Oh, there. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll give there 3 and Lakshmikant, and I want to do it now. And how you will do it, sir, if you ask me, what's this? Great. So tell me, how you will do it? By using save method. Save method is good? No. Then what? Then what? Very good. So persist is what you should use. You can do it. But now, if I want to insert there, I can do it. I can do it. But I don't want to insert now. Then what do you want, sir? I want to get the data now. What I want to get? I want to get, not insert. What I should do? I should get the data now. The question is, how you will get it? Very simple. I will ask my friend, hey, you session, please get me something. Now it will ask you, what do you want to get? I will tell I want to get some employee, like this. Now it will ask you, what employee, which employee you want? A person who is having ID 2, I want that employee, like this. Good. So 100% he will give you the reference of that object. So I will take it, store it inside one variable E, and you should tell what type it is. What type it is? Employee. So now let me come here and print it. But before I print it, if I simply tell this statement, let us see how it is working. Get how it is working. Are you guys ready? What's this? If in case I save this and execute it, you can notice this is what the output I am getting. Are you guys sensing something there? What are you sensing? It is writing a query. And how it is writing a query? Select query it is writing. So how it is writing? You get me something. What is that? Employee ID. So something it is getting added, forget about it. This is ID, this is the employee name. From which table? Employee. Sensing this much? This is how for a get the query Hibernate will write it. So now what I will do is, instead of get, I will use there something. And what do you want to use, sir? Instead of get, I will use their load like this. And when you tell load, you can notice you have the deprecation. There's one alternate guy also, and you can see who is that alternate guy. But I want to use load because this is what question is asked. Because Hibernate 6, recently it got added. But now also in the industry, people prefer 5 fifth version of Hibernate. That is why this question will come there. Sensing what I am trying to tell? Great. So let it be load, and now let me see what it will write. If in case I execute it, this is the query it is writing. Where is the query, sir? Look. Tell me, my friends, is it getting something from the database or table? Yes or no? Where? You should write a query, right? Then only you'll get. Yes or no? But now you watch this. I close this console, and what I will do is, I'll come here and tell system.out.println like this, and I'll tell it as E like this. If in case I save this and execute it, let us see what output I will get. Now it is writing the query. Are you guys sensing what is happening there inside? What? Let me see who can answer this. Okay, let me ask in this way. Your get, is it eager loading or lazy loading? Eager loading or lazy loading? It's eager. You told, get me. Immediately it went, it got. Whether you print or you don't print. Correct? Now when you use load, tell me what it did. It did not done anything. Correct? But when you told, I want to print the details, means you want the details now. It is so lazy that when you need the details, when you want to print it, then only it will load. Sensing what I am trying to tell? Get means it will support eager loading. What about load? What about load? Lazy loading, it will be operating. All of you understanding? Yes or no? No energy at all. And you came this. Is this your only one class you have every day? Good. See, if I go with your energy, this is my fourth class of the day. Means I should sleep and teach you now. See, I've been telling you, you guys are youth of this country. How much energy you should have. Excitement. What excitement, sir? I need job, sir. That's it, sir. You give me, sir. See, I'm telling you, my friends, it's not only you. There are so many people out there who have the same suffering. The thing is, if you're taking it as suffer, hit your mind will tell suffer is a negative word. Your mind will start thinking only negativity, negativity, negativity. Instead of that, you just tell to your mind that this is a situation. I'll overcome this. Situation is a neutral word. And now your brain will think in a different way. So when your brain in negativity, it is depressed, your brain will not work. Even though you have great knowledge, you cannot get pleased. That's why. So you should understand that you have to play with your mind. And see, 4 years you did not took tension. Did you took tension? Any day? Any day have you taken tension? No. But now you have a great tension. Yes, 100% I do agree, you should have it. But what is work? What work has to be done? You do it. I am telling you that if you are a student of 2020 pass out, no one will be sitting in front of me. No one would be sitting. Why? Because that time recruitment was happening that level. It was spike. 21 was also okay. 22 was also okay. It was the time in 2022 November that word recession started. And 2023 was worst. But 24 it is somewhat it is improving. But that is not the end. So this you should be knowing. Don't believe me. You have a Google. You have an internet. If you don't have an internet, come and meet me. I will give you internet also. You search there. You will get so much information about recession. See, one of my student, 2018 student, she called me yesterday and she told that now she is previously she was working in Ireland. First she was working here in India. So she got onboarded there in Ireland. She worked there. She recently got married and went to Canada because her husband is working there. So she is looking for a job. She's having some 6 years of experience. Frameworks. You just tell Spring Boot like this, she will go and give it to you. So she called me and she told that, sir, no job from past 3 months. Where? Canada. Where is Canada? You tell, sir. It is nearby to America. And America happens to be the IT powerhouse of this world. And now she is also suffering. She is an amazing student. And this is how the IT world is. Not only in India, you go to any country, this is how it is. But that does not mean that there are 0 openings. It's not like that. Many openings are there, but the companies need smart people to take those openings. Means now the standard of questions asking from here, they have just leveled up. So you should also level up your skill. And that is how the situation is. I haven't created. See, is it there in our hand? Changing the situation. Means you should go there and stop the war of Ukraine and Russia. You have it. Your friend, they are fighting, go and just separate them. I am speaking about Russia-Ukraine war. I am speaking about Israel and Hamas war. I am speaking about Israel and Iran war. I am speaking about Armenia and Azerbaijan war. So many wars are going on. And for all of these wars, there is one person who is funding a lot of money. And who is he? United States of America. Because he is known as the Doddappa of this world, right? Because he wants to be always number 1, top notch. Correct? He'll always support. He always support means he should give money. He should give arms. He should give weapons. For that he need money. How he will get the money? From the richest companies. Who are richest companies? IT companies. Means now, previously they were giving some money as a tax. But now they have to give 10x money now. Now they have to do cost cutting. That is why they are removing the employees and they are not recruiting the employees. That is how it is. Since America is getting disturbed, the entire world will get disturbed. Because all the money in this world is always gauged with dollars. Correct? Yes or no? Japan yen is compared with American dollars. Indian rupee compared with American dollars. Bangladesh taka is compared with American dollars. You take any country dollar, it is compared with American dollar. Or any money compared with American dollar. Because that is what America is having the stage. What I am trying to tell you is, this is how the situation is. But that does not mean 0 recruitment. There's a lot of recruitment is going on. The thing is, you have to level up. That is my point. Okay, so anyhow, let me come here and I was telling you something. Have I told you load and get? What is the difference? Yes or no? Tell me load. Is it eager loading or lazy loading? I'll show it to you once again. What's this? I'll come here. I'll not print anything. See? Means I don't want employee. The thing is, I want employee, but I don't want to print the details of employee. When you do that, look at your load, what it will do. If in case you execute it, you can notice it is not fetching any details. It's terminated now. It's not fetching any details there. But by the time when you tell that system.out.println E means now I need the employee details. When you save this and execute it, you can notice it is writing the query now. Is it eager or lazy? This is lazy. When I want, then only he will give me. First itself he will not give me. But when you go to your get, let me go there and I will tell it as dot get like this. If you do that, my friends, you print or you don't print, your get is so intelligent that first itself it will fetch you the data, and that is what I am telling you. Is it eager loading, lazy loading? Eager loading. So that is your first difference. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? What's this? Get. Tell me, what is this? This supports. What it supports? Eager loading. Because first itself you are getting this. Good. In the same way, load. What is that, sir? It supports. What it supports? Lazy loading. It's so lazy that afterwards it will fetch you the data. But for you, it should not be lazy loading. For you, it should be eager loading. In first itself, aptitude, everything should be ready. Oh, when I'm not getting placed, aptitude is important. You will start doing it. Lazy afterwards when you have the experience. Okay, anyhow. So let us go for the next difference now. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? What's this? This is first. Let me go for second one. Awesome. What is that, sir? What's this, all of you? What I will do, I will tell get. And I want to get one employee whose ID is 5, like this. Now I want to show you the table, how my table looks like. This is an employee. Tell me, do you have an employee with the ID 5 there? No. Then what your get will give me? What he will give me? Because that employee is only not there. Correct? If you tell their get employee 5, he is giving me something. See, you are not getting any error. He is giving me something. The question is, what he will give me? Very simple, very good. When you save this and execute it, this is what the output you are getting. Okay, I have to print it. Awesome. So I'll just tell system.out.println of E like this. Awesome. So I don't want to see all of these queries because your mind will go there. So these 2 lines I don't want, I'll just eliminate it. What's this? Let me go to my launch. I don't want to write any query. Instead, I want to just print this E. If in case I execute this, this is what you're getting. What are you getting? Null. Means if any employee ID is not there or that employee is not there, what he will give me? Null. Who will give me null? Get will give me null. Now instead of get, I will use their load and see how this will work now. Let me close this console. Let me come here. Instead of this, I will have their load method like this. Awesome. So let me save this and execute it and see what output I will get. If in case I save this and execute, this is what you are getting. What it is giving me? Object not found exception. An employee with the ID 5, that person is only not there, but it will not give me null. What will give me? Object not found exception. And if you want to read that, 100% you can do it. And you can see there, you can simply come here and drag it. No row with the given identifier exists. 5 ID, any employee, that employee is not there. Understanding? Tell me what is the difference here? Difference you cannot tell here. What get gave you? Null. What this fellow is giving you? Exception. That is the difference. Sensing this much? What you will sense, God knows. Okay. So let me close this console and let me put it in this way. And what is that, sir? Let me come here and I will tell your get. Oh, why I executed this. So what your get will do if object is not present. Gives what? Null. Very good. So now let me come here. Object is not present. Gives what? Exception. Good. What kind of an exception also you should tell? What kind of an exception? Very good. So this is object not found exception. Good. Tell me object not found exception. Is it a chucked exception, unchucked exception? Huh? Chucked or unchucked? Unchucked. Why? You're getting it? Not after runtime. After runtime, what you have? During runtime, you're getting the exception. That is, during your running of your program, we call it as unchucked exception. You know this chucked, unchucked? Yes or no? Good. So it gives you object not found exception, so which is an unchucked exception. So this is what you should tell. Okay, sir. Next what, sir? If you ask me, let me go for the third one. When you should go for get and when you should go for load. When you should go. Because now itself you can see there, it is telling that don't use load. But I am telling you in the industry now also, people prefer Hibernate 5. Sir, then you are using 6 because I want to update how my Hibernate moves. Means what you are trying to tell is which Java we are using now currently. Currently which JDK version you have now? Which version? 20? 24. 2024, that is why 24. Huh? Which version? 21, 22. 21, 22. How many of you using 22 here? How many of you using 21? That also full doubt. If master, if sir, see in our language, we call for a sir as master. Okay, anyhow. So if teacher asks us the question, if I raise our hands, what will happen? Okay. See, a certain version of Java, but I want to ask you this, that which Java version now, currently, in the industry, most of the companies use? What do you think? It is JDK 8, means it is Java 8. And how many companies? Some 95% of the companies use it. And there is some 3% of the companies will use Java 11. And there is some 1% of the companies which uses Java 17. Like this it is. But we cannot keep on waiting for the people that, hey, JDK 8 you are using, let us use JDK 8 itself. It's not like that. What you should do is, you should, when you go for an interview, they'll ask you, which JDK you know? Do you know JDK 8? They will tell you. What you are speaking, sir? You are still there itself in JDK 8. I know JDK 17 also. Means now you'll understand you are somewhere and our company is JDK 8 itself. So you should go with the word. And you know that who releases Java versions? Java belongs to which company? Huh? Oracle. Thank God, all is well. Oracle. So this Oracle company releases these versions. Do you know how many versions it will release every year? Do you know? 2 times. And month is also set, date is also set. That is the speed they are working on Java. Means September batch you are, correct? In the month of September, they have released one brand new version, Java. Now in the March, there is a brand new version, Java. There is one more version. Means you complete the course, there is so many features getting into Java. That is the beauty of Java. So you should understand how you have to move, how you have to update every single day. What I am trying to tell you is, these companies don't run behind it. Run behind the people who are creating this. These Java versions are created by what? Oracle. So how Oracle runs, in the same way you should also run behind it. But in the industry, if you know JDK 8 features and JDK 8, that is more than sufficient. Most of the companies. Anyhow, so let me come here, and I was speaking about something, and what is that? Hibernate. So Hibernate 6, after that, very less companies will use, but most of them, they will use Hibernate 5, before which is Hibernate 6. So here if you notice, load it is telling don't use it, because I am using their 6.3 version of Hibernate. That is what it is telling. But in interviews they will ask you what is the difference between get and load. You should be able to tell it. And you should be able to tell the advantages also. And we have seen 2 advantages. Next advantage also you should be knowing. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? When should I use load? When should I use get? When? When you have the 100% confirmation that object exists, 100% exists, then you should go for what? Load. Because if object is not present and if you are going for load, what it will give you? Exception. Tell me, exception means what? How you define exception? Definition of exception. Definition. Don't tell the stories, okay? How you define exception? Exception is an unusual event happening in the program which will lead to abrupt termination of your program. That's your exception. Tell me, abrupt termination, is it good or bad? Let me put it in this way. I saw so many people, in this world. One of the student, I read it in one of the newspapers long way back. and I never forget it. What is that news? One student who is learning her IIT in IIT Madras took 100 for 5 subjects. For one subject, 99. In engineering, I'm speaking about IIT. She was so depressed. She went to her hostel, her home. This is what sick the people are. First itself, you are in IIT Madras, and you took 100 for 5 subjects, and for 199, taking the life. And I don't understand when people will start appreciating this beautiful life. And it's not always the success. It's not always the success. So tell me, for her, is it abrupt termination or not? Yes or no? It's an abrupt termination. So our age, our natural dying may be some 60, 70, like that. If you are taking the average age people live in India, 60, 65, 70. But our engineer, second year, means at the age of 20, gone. Abrupt termination. Is it good or bad? It's bad. Because at the end, she is gone. For her, gone now. Because soul is gone, means there is no pain in her body. But who is getting pain? Parents. Correct? Now, abrupt termination is very dangerous. In the same way, here tell me, if you are using this load, and if object is not there, what it will give me? Exception. Exception means what? Abrupt termination, which is very dangerous, right? Sensing this much. When object is there, then only you should use him, or else don't use. Now tell me him. If you are telling, are you getting any exception? No, you are just getting there null. Meaning what? There is no object. Means, if you are in doubt, what is that, sir? Object exists or not doubtful. This is how you should explain. Doubtful, then go for what? Get method there. Sensing this much? Very good. So these are the 3 differences of get and load most of the times in interviews. Let me tell you, not as a fresher. You have a 7 years of experience as a software developer, these questions are asked. Means whatever I'm telling you from your servlets, all of them is not important for as a fresher also. It is important for as a developer, that is a experienced developer also. Remember this. Okay, with this, there is a last concept in Hibernate, and what we call this as Hibernate Lifecycle. What is this? Hibernate life cycle. We have already seen some life cycle of the people. And what are those, sir, if you ask me? Thread life cycle. Remember him? Yes or no? Start, runnable, running, sleep state, wait state, block state, dead state or terminated. You remember? Good. In the same way, you have one state also, or life cycle also. What is that? Servlet life cycle, and how it will happen, everything in servlets we have studied. In the same way, we have a Hibernate life cycle also, and that is what I am teaching you now. Hibernate life cycle. And what is this Hibernate life cycle is all about? Please watch this. There are 2 states here. Let me put these 2 states here, very important states. This is one state, and this is one more state there, like this. And now I will give their start state, and this one is stop state. But in between these, some 4 states are there, and that is what we have to learn now. So what are these states, sir, if you ask me? There is one state, the name of the state is transient state. What state? Transient. There is one more state, and what is the name of the state, sir, if you ask me? Why I'm changing the color? Very good. The name of the state is persistent state. Which state? Persistent or persistence also you can tell. There is one more state here, and what state is that, sir? Let me put it in this way. This is that state, and the name of the state is detached. What is that? Detached. There's one more state there. The name of the state is removed. These are the states now. And let us see any object here in the Hibernate. How it will go to any of these states. How it will go. Means tell me, Hibernate means what? We're dealing with the objects. Correct? Employee object. Array list object. Means everything is objects here. Yes or no? What's this? So when any object in Hibernate will go to transient state. When? What's this? It will go to transient state when you create an object of someone. What do you mean, sir? See, I want to store an employee details. It is better that I will explain this with the help of two more people so that you'll understand in a much better way. So this is my database. Good. This is my schema. Awesome. And inside this I'm having one table. This is the table. Awesome. And inside this we have a columns. 2 columns for you. Great. And now for this you have 2 people. One is ID and one more is what? Name. And the name of this table is employee, like this. Good. This table is ready. Now tell me, between Hibernate and table, there is one guy who is very important. Who is he? Session. Correct? If I have to explain all of these, states here, that session also I want now. And how is that, sir, if you ask me, what's this? I will bring my session. So you just think, it's a session object. So in this object, it will be having so much memory to hold the objects inside him. He is a session. Understanding? Great. Session is there. My database is ready. So now let me proceed further. Okay, sir. What you will teach now? What's this? Now I want to store some employee details now. Or employee I want to store. The question is, how can I do it? Just a minute. Now, I want to do this now. What is that? I want to store employee there. How you will do? Very simple. There is one class. Just a minute. Water bottle, where I kept. I haven't brought. Okay. So there is one class here you have created. And the name of the class is employee. Good. You told that this guy is an entity. Means he is the person where I'm going to use him and store him inside my database. He's an entity. And inside employee there is a content. Awesome. Now I want to create an object of him because class is imaginary. What is real? Object. And how will create it, sir? New. New what, sir? Employee, like this. Now I want to send ID 1 and I want to give the name there. And what is the name, sir? Tim, like this. And for him, I want to give one reference E, and what type it is, sir, if you ask me, it is employee. Means what you did here, you have created an object. Object of what? An entity there. Sensing this much? Means if you are creating an object of him, the meaning is this fellow you are storing it inside a table. That is the meaning. Yes or no? Means when you tell new employee, means when you create a new object of an entity, now that object will go to a transient state. Sensing this much? The meaning of this is when you tell new employee like this, immediately there will be one object getting created here. And where, sir? Inside the session, there will be an object. And which object is this, sir? This is an employee object like this. Sensing this much? Now you tell me, is data is inserted here? Data is not inserted. But object have you created? Yes. Where is present? In session. Sensing what I'm trying to tell? Great. You'll get more clarity when I get one table for you. Let me get that also now. And what is that, sir? Just a minute. Good. So what I will do, I will get one table here like this. This is how the table present in. Good. So now what I will do, let him have 3 columns. This is not a database table. This is the table I want to write it to explain you. Please don't get confused. Understanding? Great. So that I will tell it as state. Let me put it in white. State. Good. So here I will tell it as session. Good. And here I will tell it as DB or table. I simply tell it as DB. DB means database. Means we have a states. Which state? Transient state. Very good. After that, persistent state. Good. And after that, we have one more state. What is that? Detached state. Good. And after that, one more state. Which state? Removed state. Great. So this table I'm having my reference in. What's this? Now tell me, what do you want to store inside this? Employee. If you have to store, what you should do? You should create an object. Object of whom? An entity. Correct? When you create an object, immediately that object will be present inside session. It will come and sit here. And now think and tell me, is data is there inside the database? No. But employee is there. Where? In the session. Sensing this much? Means during your transient state, tell me, do you have the details of employee in the session? Yes. So that yes, I want to put it tick mark at this. Now is it there in the database? No. So I just want to show you no like this. Sensing this much? Very good. Next what, sir? Now tell me, what is your main goal? To store the data. Where? Inside the database. Tell me how you will do. Very simple. Tell me, where is that object present in? Session. You will tell like this. What you will tell, sir? Session dot. So from now onwards, which method you should use? Persist. And what you should insert? E like this. Means you are telling that, hey session, there is one object. Which object? Employee. For him, what is the reference? What is the reference you have given? E. Means for him there is a reference that is E. Like this. Means there is an object in you. You please take him and persist him. What is the meaning of persistence? You know the meaning, English meaning? Not consistent. Persistent. Persistent means permanent storing. That is persistent. Tell me, where is your database? Where? Which memory? RAM? Where? RAM, hard disk drive. Where? It's hard disk drive. Means this details, where you are putting it in? Inside the database. Where is the database? Hard disk. Hard disk is a permanent memory or temporary memory? Permanent memory. And that is why the method they have used it as persist there. Sensing? If you're sensing, good. If you're not sensing, ignore. But what I'm trying to tell you is, maybe you can use persist there, but I will use save only. Because persist today only you have learnt, but save we use it so many times. That is why save only I will tell you. But you should not use save. What you should use? Persist. But you are used to the save. That is why I'm telling save. Beautiful. They are telling session.save. You are telling, hey session, you save. What you should say? E. What is E? Employee. Means whatever this details this employee is having. Tell me what is having? ID. Tell me what is having? Name. That is one, and maybe name I have given something there. What is that? Tim. So now when you tell save like this, actually speaking, your object is going to one state. Which state? Persistent state. What do you mean by persistent? You can see there, employee details, you are storing it inside your database. Database where it is present in hard disk drive. What is hard disk? Permanent memory. That is why persistent state it will go. Understanding? Great. And now if you ask me, when it will go to the persistent state, very simple. It will go to persistent when you call one method. Which method? Save. And when you call one method, which method? Persist method, it will go there. Sensing this much? Very good. Now tell me, let me come to this table now. During your persistence state, tell me where all this employee is present in. Is he there in the session? Yes. Look there. Have I removed it? No, he is there. Means whatever information is there, he will just copy, paste it. It is not cut and paste. Sensing this much? So that is why I'll just tell it here that persistent means what, sir, if you ask me. In the session also data is there, in database also data is there. Sensing this much? Very good. Next what, sir? Next what if you ask me? I should go to one more state now. How will go to one more state? What's this? Think that in my project there are so many objects I have created, and all these objects where they are present in the session. So now this session will be having some certain limit, right? Yes or no? So what happens is when you go on storing more and more and more objects, there it will tell that session is more. You cannot insert more objects inside me. Yes. So now what I will do is, whatever the objects are there inside this, I want to remove them. I want to remove. Can I remove it? Yes, you can remove it. And how can I remove it, sir, if you ask me, what's this? Now what I will do, I will use some method. What is that method? You can tell session.clear like this. There is one more method known as session.detached. That is the name of the method. There is one more method. If you simply tell session.close like this, the meaning of all of these three methods is whatever the objects are there inside this, everything will be going. It is gone. Understanding? Great. So now there is no data inside this, but when it will happen? What's this? Now when you are in persistent state, you will tell there something. What is that? Session.close. Session.close like this. Session.clear. Very good. Like this, session.detached. When you tell all of these methods, 100% whatever the objects you have here, everything will be removed. So this is removing. I'll just put it here where I should put it. There's no space here. Okay, so let me put it here. You please go that side. Gone. Understanding? Great. So now, when you remove all of the objects from the session, so 100% this fellow, that is that object which is there from the persistent, where it will go? It will go to detached like this. Understanding? Great. So now tell me, in the detached, where all data I am having inside the session? Am I having? No. So that is why I'll just put cross mark. What about database? See there? 100% yes, you have the data there. So nothing is happening here. Sensing this much? Very good. Okay, sir. Next what, sir, if you ask me, what's this? So what I will do, from persistent you went to detached. Now what I will do is, all of these methods I'll just take him and put him here. Awesome. Great. When I can go from persistent to removed, when I can go is the question. When I can go. So think that this fellow is already there. You understood detached, but to explain you next, I need one object. Which object? This object, and this object is what, sir, if you ask me? Employee object. So I need him. So I'm just getting him. But just to explain you this state, I just removed that. I got it back. Got this? No problem in this? Yes or no? Okay. So now I want to go to removed state. The question is, how can I go to removed state? Very simple. I want to delete this guy now. I want to delete. Tell me if I have to delete. What is the method you will use? What is the method you will use? So what you will do is, you will not tell save. Instead what you will tell? you will tell session dot delete. Tell me, what is the alternate guy for delete? Remove means you tell delete or you tell there remove. Means what is happening there? Very simple. Whatever you have the detail inside this table, that is removed. Means 1 and Tim will go now. And how is that, sir? If you ask me, that is what I'm showing. This 1 will go, Tim will go like this. Means now you tell me, is employee gone from the session? No, employee is there. When you use delete method or when you use remove method in your program, let me tell you, delete or remove. Any of these methods, if you tell, don't think that this fellow will go. This fellow will remain in session only. When he will go, only in one condition. When is that? When you tell session you clear, you close and all of this, then only he will be gone. Or else he will remain there itself there. Sensing this much? Very good. So when you tell delete or remove, tell me now, this object which is there inside this, is it gone? Yes. Is it gone from session? No. The same thing I want to put it here. Is it there in the session? Yes. It is there in the session. And is it there in the database? Is it there in the database? So 100% it is not there, and that is what I'm showing you. I'm just putting this understanding. So all of these are the states of an object in an Hibernate. In interviews, they will ask you. And what they ask you, sir, very simple. How many states of a Hibernate are there? I'm telling you, my friends, if you know all of these concepts, eyes closed, they will select you. I'm having that confidence. Because only very less engineers of this country know this much knowledge. And if you're working on it and if you're practicing every single day, they'll put on red carpet. Okay? People will be standing beside that red carpet and putting some perfume, putting some flowers also. That is how they will welcome. Literally, I'm not making any stories. So, but thing is, you should explain the same way how I've explained in an interview. Understanding? Great. So, the object in Hibernate will go to all of these states, and if they ask you what are those, start, stop, sir. After that, you should tell. What is that, sir? You should tell transient, persistent, detached, as well as removed. There are 4 states are there. Then they will ask you, when this object will go to transient? When you create an object of entity class. So that time it will go there. Now they will ask you, okay, when you create an object, is data is present in the DB? No. You have just created an object. It is there in the session, but it is not there in the DB. And that is what I have told there. But when it will go inside the DB, when you tell save, whatever the details is there, it will copy and paste it. Means during your persistence, there will be an employee there also, there will be an employee in my database also. Now when you go to detach, sir, there will be such conditions wherein I'm having so many objects in my session, I want to remove it. For that, I can tell session, you clear. Session, you please close. These methods I will use. That time, these objects will be removed. But data, what happens? It is already present there. So that is why when I tell detach, the objects which are there in the session are gone. But there is data in my database. But now I want to delete it. Delete meaning what? From the table. When you do that, it will go to one state. Which state? Removed state. Sensing this much. So removed state means employee will be there, but detail from this is gone now. Sensing this much? Yes or no? Great. Awesome. So these are the states you should be knowing. Next what, sir, if you ask me, what's this, all of you? What is that, sir? Great. States of a Hibernate object. Again, I'm telling you, very, very important. So with this, let me go for the next one. But before that, there is the way of understanding the Hibernate. What is that? And what is the beauty of Hibernate? You will get it now. Maybe When I started with Hibernate, you understood, okay, writing the queries was difficult for me. Hibernate is writing it. Okay, some mapping is there and all of that. But the real beauty of Hibernate, there is a magic and there is a beautifulness of Hibernate. What do you mean, sir? What's this? If I tell new employee like this, and I will create, or I will give an ID 1, and I will give there maybe one name there like Tim. So I'm just creating a normal core Java program. What do you mean? I'm having a class. The name of the class is employee, like this. Awesome. So what I will do, this line, I will put it inside one class. Which class is that, sir, if you ask me? The name of the class is launch. I'll open this. I will tell public static void main string array of args. I'll open this, close this class. You know him? Good. Okay. So now I want to create an object of him. So I've created employee object, and what type it is, I will tell employee like this. No entity, nothing. Just think code Java program. So inside that employee, there are some 2 instance variables are there, constructors like that you have. And this is class is imaginary, I have created the object. Now think and tell me, my friends, where that object is getting created? Normal code Java program. Where? Which segment? Very good. Inside one segment it is created. And that segment I am showing it to you as heap segment. And this heap segment is having this employee object, and that is what I am showing you. It will be having certain hash code, one unique identical number it will be having. I'll just show it to you like this. Address. But you should not call it as address. You should call it as what? Hash code. Very good. So where is this heap, by the way? This is the object created. Where? Heap. Good. Where is heap? Very good. This heap is present inside JRE. So I just want to represent it like this. It's present inside JRE. Good. JRE is having some boundary. Let me get it. Awesome. Now tell me, where is JRE? Huh? Inside? JRE inside where? RAM. But before RAM? Huh? Okay. There's something known as JVM. There's something known as JDK. Anyhow, ignore. So this much you understand. Object inside here. This heap, JRE. And this JRE, where it is present in? RAM. Correct? JDK, all of that is there. But please ignore it. Now let us see how this will work now. Means I want to execute this. Your JVM will start executing this main method. Good. He'll go to the first statement. This is the first statement, assignment, right side, new. You're telling go to the employee class and create an object like this. When you're doing it, there's an object getting created. Where? Where? Inside the heap segment. And for this, you have given one reference. And what is the reference? The reference is E, and E will be referring to this, and you know it will be present in the stack memory. Very good. Now you watch this. After this, there is a closure. Closure of what? Main method. Closure of what? Closure of class. Think and tell me, is this the program terminated? See, normal code Java program is this. Correct? See, when your main method execution is completed, long way back you have learned that there will be stack frame getting created. Correct? When you call a method, which stack frame is getting created? Which stack frame? Main stack frame. Correct? So this main stack frame is working now, and there is a closure. Closure of what? Main stack frame. Main stack frame is getting deleted. Tell me, inside main stack frame, what do you have? Whatever you have inside this main. What do you have inside this? E. See, I am not teaching something new. I cannot start here. Welcome to today's class, Java full stack web development. Let us start. You should be knowing all of this. Okay. So E, what is this? E is the reference. Where it is present in? Where it is present in? In the main stack frame. If main stack frame is getting deleted, tell me what is getting deleted? Reference is also getting deleted. Very good. If reference is getting deleted, what will happen to this object? Garbage. This is garbage object because this is an anonymous object. What do you mean by anonymous object? An object without having any reference. So now one person will come. Who is he? One policeman will come now with a stick like this. And what he will do, sir? He will come here and he will collect this garbage object. Or you can tell that he's just a cleaner of your heap segment. He will take it. He will take that object away. Means now tell me, this object, is it there? No. This is gone. Gone from your RAM itself. And why is that, sir? Because RAM is what? It's the temporary memory. When your program is executing, lot of things will go on adding. But when the program terminates, whatever you have inside the RAM, everything will get deleted. Yes or no? Now think and tell me, is this object, is it a temporary object or permanent object? What is this? Temporary object or permanent object? He is a temporary. Why? He is there in the RAM. That is why he is temporary object. But now my expectation is, I want to make this object permanent. I want to make this object persistent. Means whatever the details I'm having inside this object, I want to store it forever in my application. I want to do it. And to do it, we have one guy. And who is he? Hibernate. And what Hibernate is doing? What you are creating? Employee object. In the employee object, what you have given? ID 1, name you have given. Tell me where you have stored the details? Inside database. And who is helping out? Hibernate. Means what you are doing is, whatever the object is there, which is a temporary object, you are making it permanent so that you can use it after some time. Sensing this much. Garbage collector, his father, his grandfather, let him come. He cannot collect my data because my data is permanently stored. Where? In the database. And who is helping me? Hibernate. Sensing this message. This is the beauty of Hibernate. Hibernate is used to store the objects permanently, and we call it as persistently. Sensing this much. So Hibernate is not only writing the queries internally like that, it will store your objects permanently as well. So when they ask you, what are the advantages of Hibernate? Why should I use this? Number one, this is the point you should tell. Sir, you should write this program. I told you that you should always ask a sheet of paper and pen. And you should tell that, sir, class is there, object is there. You can see object is getting created, heap segment, program is getting terminated. This object is gone. Means this is a temporary object. But I want this object and these details to be stored permanently. I want all of this data to store permanently. No one in this Java should have that capacity to take this data away. I want to do that. And that will be done by Hibernate. If you tell this statement, I bet you, eyes closed, he will give you the offer letter. Because that much information you know. This is one. Number two, you should tell. The advantage is, in JDBC, we'll be writing the queries by our own. Select star, insert into, update, all of this. But in JDBC, everything, it will only do it. These are the advantages of your Hibernate. The most important thing, making a temporary object into a permanent object, you will use Hibernate there. Sensing this much? Great. That's it about your Hibernate. And now we have to go for the last concept of your course. And what is that, sir? If you ask me, it is Spring. And if you ask me what is Spring, by the way, if you look at the logo of Spring, you know, this is how it looks like. Yes or no? No? You have internet, logo of Spring, you tell, this is what you will get there. What is usually Spring? What do you mean by Spring? See, ignore about Java. Spring. What do you mean by spring in real world? See, we have 3 seasons, correct? What are those? Summer, winter, then rainy season, correct? But if you go and ask your European country friends, if you have, or North American friends like that, they will tell many seasons are there. And if you ask them that which season you love, they will tell, we love spring season. That is when from summer to rainy, in between that, they call it as a spring. So wherein slightly, rainy season, some water is coming there, and these leaves, they started to blossom, correct? And that is why that logo there. Okay, sir, everything is fine, but why only season name? Season name someone who can give, correct? Java. How come anyone can give name as Java? Correct? In the same way, there is one history for that, why the name spring. And only knowing about history will not help you out. You should be knowing inside out of spring. That will help you out. And spring happens to be a very important framework when it comes to IT industry. If someone asks you that you will use JDBC or Hibernate, what you should tell? Hibernate. If the same person asks you, will you use servlets or will you use spring? What should you tell? Spring you should tell. Means whatever servlets you have learned is an outdated. What it is? It's an outdated. Sir, every day you'll come. You will tell that this is outdated, this is updated. Yes, you guys will always understand the concepts when you know the outdated people. Then only you'll understand what is the difference and everything. And when you look at the industry perspective, they'll ask you, what is the difference between servlet and spring? In servlet, what you will do and how you will convert this into spring. Means knowing servlet is also very important. But in industry, when you go, no one will use servlets. What they will use? Spring. And they went one step forward and the world is using Spring Boot now. And all of this, we will learn why the spring, why this logo and everything. Not in today's class, in tomorrow's class. Fresh we will start. That's it from my end. So please keep coding and keep smiling. And coding is very important. Please practice consistency and especially frameworks. Just by sitting like this and understanding theoretical will not work. You have to code and code. Thank you. See you tomorrow.